Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to the channel. Massive video regarding Farming Simulator 25. We finally got gameplay footage and I'm super impressed. I really am. So let's go through it. I've had this sent to me the day before, so this video is coming out half an hour after the Giants FarmCon pre-show where they kind of showed this all off. Now this is raw footage, so they've probably kind of put it together, made a nice video with obviously people talking over it. So members of Giant Software, I'm not exactly sure yet. I'll have watched it by the time you guys are watching this, or know then, but obviously I'm kind of guessing. From the information I got from Giants, it's going to be about 30 minutes long, so you've probably all watched that already, and hopefully you're just as impressed as I am. So yeah, this is me putting it all together, and as a long video. It's like 10 minutes long, so we're going to go through it, we're going to break it down, see if we can notice anything. There's a few things I've already noticed that stand out. Console players, GPS, definitely in the game. I've seen it, visualized it, so be happy about that, because now you're going to get GPS, which is well overdue. So let's start. We've got quite a few videos to get through. Some are a little bit longer than the others, some are short. I have tried to upscale this to 4K, but it's difficult to do, so it is coming in at 1080p, but I've tried to make the video 4K just to see if it improves it. It probably won't do, because, you know, I'm trying to upscale from that just by rendering. It's not the easiest thing to do in the world, but we've got we've got 4 map videos, 3 gameplay videos, and 3 engine videos. So let's start with the first map video. And if we see anything, we'll stop it. Now, wow. Now, straight away, look at the reflections on the bonnet of this case. I'm sure that's new. We don't usually get the reflections like that in the actual bodywork. And you can see randomly at times there's like these bits of dust, just kind of speckles of something in the air. I don't know if you've just seen it then. And the lighting, the shadowing, I've noticed the mist is a heavy thing at the moment. So I don't know if they've gone too far, but I imagine from some of the clips it kind of does disappear. But, oh man, let's just pause this here. I mean, look at this. I mean, if that doesn't say that FS25 looks better, then I don't know what will. The roads look better. The kind of haze in the distance, I think, looks better. But yeah, I mean, I even like this camera angle, but does that mean we're going to be getting this camera angle in-game? I'm not 100% certain if that's what it means, because you can just add a camera in and G at any point. So yeah, overall looks good. Didn't see too much if we go back, like grass looks decent, probably not too much difference there from FS22, but I just like the haze in the distance. Like I said, it's a shame this is not a clear, still image that I could stop it at, but because it is in 1080p, and I'd like to get 4K footage of this just to see what it looks like. But even when we go back here, the trees overall look better. Yeah, they really do look better, and you can see the lighting as well, and it looks like because of the physics upgrade, you can see it just on the bonnet there. If I could just remove this, you could see it, but you can just make out that reflection of that tree in the bodywork of the tractor. So I'm impressed with this overall already. So let's go to video 2 now. This is a map video, and it is a third person outside external on the tractor. So that looks like to me like the store. We've got a few buildings on the outside. There isn't really much else. Let's go back. It's a shame I can't do 10 seconds. So yeah, you can see that looks like a grain silo. We've got a train line in the middle. Tractor center, it looks like to me that's the store. Don't know if you can go into it. I haven't seen anything that kind of indicates that. This is a Massey Ferguson. What it looks like to me is the colours look better, and the reds look better, the greens look better. I actually think it's more of a cool overall look. Not cool as in that's super cool. I mean like the colour warmth. If it's more cool, there's like more prominent to like the blue tone, whereas if it's warm, it's more kind of it's more like orangey reds kind of tone to all the colours. So I like the fact they've moved to a cool blue tone to the colours, because yeah, if you've noticed in the Farmland, I try and do that on that, because I just really think it looks better overall. So I do like the fact they've kind of gone more cool, because that red looks like it had it's definitely been adjusted. So let's pause it here and see what we can see. Petrol station, diesel station, gas station, whatever you want to call it. Definitely there. ATM. Not much else I can see that's, highlighting too much detail. Tractor sounds are good. Still got the number plates. It looks like an American number plate. And I know at FarmCon, even though this is the pre-show, we're not going to get to see the Asia map. We are just going to get to see the US map. That's what was kind of come out from that interview they did, Giants, with Cornhub. And I think this points to it because it all points that this is the US map. We are going to see in a minute, so if you haven't seen this in a second, you are going to see the rice, and the rice actually is something good. It's not what I thought. It's definitely not gimmicky. It's something really interesting and quite hands-on, and it's definitely unique. There's nothing like it already in the game, so we'll get to that in a second, but super excited for it. But no, I'm just trying to point out and see things. Big grain silo in this on the US map there, and this again looks like the store. So Axles Tractor Center, equipment and repair, I think that is. Service, sales and repair. Not too much else given away. I think they're just driving around. It was a very short clip that was. That's the animal dealership. Now let's have a look in there. I think, even though that looks better as a 3D, it looks more 3D, the building does. I definitely don't think you can enter that, even though it looks like you could. To me, that's, we can't enter the animal dealership at that point. But look at the ground texture here. I think that looks superb. It kind of looks like weird tarmac, used, and it's a new texture that I've seen. Never seen that before in the game. So now we're going to past, looks like maybe this is a farm, or it could still be the animal dealership. Who knows? I think it probably is more likely the animal dealership. And you can see them cows. Are they animated? Yes, they are. Just saw the tail move on that cow. And you can see the animated on the horses up there. So we've got some sheep there that are also animated. But look at this bunker. Now, I don't know if this confirms that the bunkers in Farming Simulator 25 are going to look this good. This could just be a placeable. But that actually looks like silage has a really good face to it. And the silage texture, if I just try to stop it there, I know it's not 100% clear, but it does look better. And it looked like it had a nice face to it. Now, I don't know if they've just done that perfectly. You can see how smooth it is on top. Sometimes we get the bumps on the edges, don't we, in FS22, where at the edges you can't really smooth it out. But if it is like that, that's a big plus to me. But I don't know if it's just a placeable. It's for show. But he's having a good drive around. Definitely, I think it is still the animal dealership. But yeah, here we go. Map video 3. I'm sorry about the bottom there. It's just the software I'm using. So this is definitely the US map again. Nice sound effects, water. I have turned the sound effects up they originally got so that they are enhanced for you so you can hear it better in the video, even though I'm talking over it, everything. But you've probably seen it all anyway and what Giants have had to say. But let's just stop it here and look at the mist. It does look pretty good. I just worry that it's too much. That's my only worry with it, because if it's the right time of day, morning, evening maybe, but when the sun comes out, I want it to, disappear. I want it to disperse naturally as it would do with the heat. I do. And I like the water. I think the water looks good. The reflections definitely look better in the water. The foliage looks more full. The trees look more full. I like how you can even see the actual randomness and kind of shape that's changed, because we used to get such a uniform shape to all the trees that were kind of just straight and then a few kind of branches off, but they all look kind of like quite full now. There's more fullness to the trees. So if you're doing logging, expect an improvement on the trees, definitely. And you can see them random bits floating about again. Now this is a barge, and it looks to me like it's an actual barge for a crossing. So it's a crossing barge because there's that section there. This I think you can just drive on and then we can go across. So yeah, that's definitely a crossing barge. And then look at the reflection here, the lighting overall. You can see that we're directly in the sun now, and even coming through the trees overall, big plus to me. I mean, I think that shot says it all. The FS25 is going to look a lot better. It's current generation now, not old generation, which is what I was saying. And these are still the matte ones. We've got the engine ones coming up, which do show that quite a bit. But keep an eye out for how many actually have the mist in, because that's my one worry. I don't want it to be too much. Yeah, that's definitely a crossing. So we got him walking up the hill now, and the water flowing through. I mean, to be honest, that water there, it looks good from a distance, but when you get close to it, you can see that it's not. You can see that it's quite animated. It's not. It could be basically it could be better in my opinion. The water flow coming down, but it's still pretty good. It's not an issue. I mean, it's Farming Simulator at the end of the day, and that's what matters to me, the farming aspect. So if you can see the ray coming through that, like sun haze coming through the trees, it's really good. And we've got such better reflections now and shadowing, even from the clouds and everything. But yeah, I'm the US map. It looks really nice. I still think it is maybe like Missouri, Mississippi. Could be the Mississippi River. Who knows? I mean, it kind of looks like it feels like that's area of the US, but I'm not from the US. If anyone's watching it is, what's your guess on it? Is it? Do you think it is like the Mississippi River, like somewhere about there? Because I know the Mississippi River runs through a lot of states, so it doesn't really narrow it down too much, but it could be kind of focused on that area. Let's just go back a few bits, just because I want to see this section here, because I think that's a train line. And then it looks like we've got a barge. Now, I remember one of the screenshots we got was on the other side, and it looked like it was a pond, like a little pond area, and then it looked like they had a river on the other side, and then there was like a train line. I think that's the pond's on the other side of that bit there, just to the right here. That's my guess. I don't think we can see it too much now. But yeah, the lighting effects and shadows, straight away you can see from all these look much better. And then now we've got a section where he's walking, sound effects of the trees. So I'll stop chatting and faffing and let you listen to this. And look at the size difference of that tree. I mean, I did see a floating tree then. Did anyone else see that floating tree? Still a work in progress though. But yeah, difference in trees and sizes. Even look at this one here. This one just there. I'll go back a little bit just to talk about that tree. This one right in front of us here. Look at the size difference in that. And look at this one here. Completely different shape. You know, they've changed like the shapes and how they all are. I don't know if it's randomized and there's some kind of, I don't know what you call it. Maybe they're just randomly generated. I don't know. And placed down. Definitely saw another floating tree though. I'm going to have to go back. I want to see the floating trees. Because we've all witnessed them on maps. There. Look at that floating tree. So that'll get fixed. That'll surely get fixed. But yeah, this is a crop. What do we think this crop is? In front of us, you can see that they've got these random plants that are just spotted about. Looks like a water tower in the distance over there, but the trees look so much more full. I mean, they take up more of the environment around. It's impressive. It really is. I think it's a step up in graphics, the way it looks, the way it's probably going to feel. It'll probably feel more immersive because it does look overall better. And the grass, I'm not sure about the grass yet. I really do need to look at it a bit more, but it's not bad. I kind of, grass work's such an important part of the way I play the game, so I'm expecting and hoping for quite a bit. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm very happy with it. I don't know what all the floating things are though. Maybe it's like Stranger Things or something. Maybe it's the Upside Down world. Right, so this is the first gameplay video now. So this is not map, this is actual gameplay. So I just want to stop it there to talk about basically the game's user interface. Something that's really important. It changes usually every generation of Farming Simulator. And that is the HUD, so the heads-up display. Now, you can see straight away that we've got it up here. It's got the colour of Farming Simulator 25, so that green. And we can see straight away, seasons obviously are in. We've got August, it's sunshine, the time of day. That looks like a YouTube symbol, but it's actually the speed. So it's 0.5 at the moment, and then there's the money. So just wanted to point that out. That's what the HUD's going to look like, or the heads-up display. But God, look, just walking around, the odd bird sound, the lighting through the trees. Still a bit of mist, though, and it's everywhere. And I think, we're talking like 20 to 5. Is it because it's the time of day for it? Or is it because, it's quite prominent? Is it always in the game? I'd like it to be morning, evening. And in August, when you think about it, August time, usually the sun starts coming down around 8, 9, maybe sometimes. It's, I don't know. I just hope it's not always there, basically. Even though it looks good and it's impressive, I don't want it to overdose the game with it. It's got to just be at the right time. So I definitely want to, as good as it looks, I want to have an option where it's also not always misty. But yeah, let's talk about this coming up, because this is a really important part of the gameplay and the rice, because this is actually saplings of rice. So the way we're going to seed in, as you can see now, if I just stop it, I'll try and get that to go away. I don't think it will, which is such a shame. But I don't know if you can read that, but it's not hiding the display too much. It's a shame I can't change the opacity of that. But it should be all right. Anyway, it's greenhouses for rice saplings, so it's owned by, obviously, you. The active productions is rice saplings, and it's running. The building needs water, so 4,995 litres of water stored, and then the rice sapling comes off in litres. So that kind of confirms, I know water is a liquid, so it is measured in litres, but rice sapling probably isn't. So I think that confirms that we're still on the kind of litre system. We've not kind of changed into kilograms or tons for solids and stuff like that. We are still on litres, which I'd probably expect anyway, because it just makes everything universal within the farming simulator kind of world that you play in. But yeah, you're getting rice saplings, so you actually grow them, and then when they're at a certain, obviously, growth stage, then you can start using them to seed into your rice fields, and it's super cool. You're obviously walking through these greenhouses and generating them off, and they'll spawn off as pallets, which you'll see in a second. I'm really interested in this now because it's not just, planting in. It is actually generate your own rice saplings. And you can see there that is a pallet of rice saplings. So the next video should show you what we actually do with that. Super cool. Really like that. So, right, we're going to have to go back a second because there was a pump, and this is important. Because I was asking the question about, like, how do we do it? Like, how are we going to be having these rice fields? Now, this is an American farm, as you can tell. So this is on the American map. You can see that this is the rice paddy filled with water, and this just to the left over here is a pump. And a few seconds later, you'll see it looks like it's been placed down to me. So I think, my guess is we fill up the rice paddy with water, we plant it in, and then before we harvest, because you can see that harvester just down the distance, and later on in the video, we will be harvesting in that position, it looks like to me. So I think we empty it then. We drain all the water out before we harvest. I think that's the way we do it. So let's carry it on and see if you can notice anything. So this is the harvester itself that we've already seen in images and in the preview. But look at that. Look at that. And let's stop it again to have some more information from the heads-up display. Solid fertilizer it takes and the rice. So that's the seeds or the seedlings or the saplings, whatever you want to call them. And then you can see from this is your rev counter. Tells you your speed, the hours. That is your cruise control. That there is the maintenance of the vehicle, the fuel of the vehicle. Then we've got the gears. But look at that underneath. You see it? GPS. So that to me tells me that we can use GPS as base game. So Wopster will no longer be making, I imagine, GPS for Farming Simulator, because it looks like to me there, that confirms we've got it base game. So keep an eye on that, because I don't actually notice him using it once. Right, so there. You can see it better now, GPS at the bottom right corner. And you can see that he's filling up these saplings that we've grown in that greenhouse onto this machine for him to get. And if you have a look quickly at the pump in front of you, you can see it's still pumping water in. So I think we place that down. Now, how do we get the area that's got space for the water to be there, kind of like volume of it? I don't know if we place something down, if it's placeable. I don't know if we have to do something with the soil itself to kind of make this area for water to sit. I don't know, but time will tell, I'm sure. But this machine is super cool, and it is just planted into the water with all the ripples you can see as well. There we go. Let's watch this in action. That is cool, man. It is. And keep an eye on that harvester, because I definitely think after you can see the water's been drained out, it looks like just a dry field. But I'm up for trying that out now. I think it's a nice addition. So there you go. This looks like the same spot to me. That looks like the rice. You can see as well some information we're getting from the field he's currently in behind him, which is soybeans. So the Farmland 32, who it's owned by, crop type soybeans. So growth is growing. There's a yield bonus. We're still getting yield bonuses and stuff like that, which is good to see. Fertilizer at 100%. It says weed partial. It needs doing basically, and it also needs lime. So at least that confirms that. But what I want to see is the information of the rice. You can see it looks like it's been drained out to me. There's no water there now. Now, I don't know about rice planting. Not got that much information on it. But it looks to me like that. So we've got the rice information now. So it says growth. It does say it needs lime, though. So maybe lime is needed with rice then. Don't know how that would work. Do we put the lime down first? Because you're not going to put it while it's in the water, surely. So again, more questions, but really good ones. So you go, a machine made in Japan. This is the harvester, quite small, got tracks as well, like a little mini tank. It is the Azeki. Is it Izeki? Let's just slow that down and stop it again. So it says it's the Azeki. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Apologies if I'm not. Japan 6130. Super cool. It's got nice sound effects as well. But yeah, that's definitely the same field. Definitely the same field. We're now in August as well. And still doesn't use GPS because I imagine it would go blue or some colour, maybe green, who knows. You can see the animations of that working. It's a shame he didn't use GPS though. But he's already given it away. Whoever this video is already given away GPS, definitely. And there you go. So it definitely looks like he's gone down into a dip, which is why I think the water gets drained out. Or maybe it's just consumed by the crop. And it's a lot of crop, isn't it? You could just draw it up. Maybe just turn it off at some point. But look at that animation. Wow. Honestly, I think that's super cool. I'm really excited to try that out in game. Right, so this is rice as well, but this is dried rice because we knew we were getting wet rice and dried rice, and we've got a nice New Holland. So we've got the New Holland in the field. I'm going to pause it there. And you can see that it says long grain rice. So yeah, definitely get to do it in the rice paddies. But if you're not interested in doing that, you can do it in a normal crop field like that because there's no dip, is there? It just looks like a normal harvester going through a field. But should we go back? Because the animation, there's so much to talk about. It's difficult not to miss bits. But I just want to show you again, mist is around. Same time of day, 4:45 in August. And then the animation on the back, I think, looks overall better. So what I'm going to do is just bring it back to here. And then the bottom of the screen will appear for you guys. And you can just have a quick look at it. There's a bit of a dust coming off it. And yeah. There's so much to see. There really is. I'm probably missing bits. But yeah, let me know in the comment section if you've seen something that stands out to you. But I think overall, I think it looks better. And we've got GPS. So, this is the first engine video. So, these are going to show off the game. So, you can see there the nice sunset or sunrise. And the water sound effects, the shadowing, the lighting. Yeah. Even the reflections of the trees in the water looks much better. I'm hyped for this now. I think Giants have impressed me with what they've done and what it looks like. Look at the lighting, the light rays coming through them trees and the gaps and everything. It was needed. I just hope the mist isn't too much. Like, that is a shot and a half for me. It looks super cool, but if it is just the morning or the evening, to around sunset and sunrise, I'm happy with it. But when the sun starts coming out, it's about midday. It needs to disperse naturally with the heat of the sun. Because if not, it's just going to constantly look like that. Which I imagine they would do that. Nighttime now. Right, straight away that looks better. It's not too dark, you can't see. And you've got even the lighting of the lights, that electric lights, the actual man-made lights, you could say, look good at night. And that silo again. There's a lot of detail to it now. Look, I don't know what else to say. I just think I'm super excited for it. But that's what I'm worried about. Like, I think that might be too much. I don't know what anyone else thinks. Is that too much? It looks like a smoke almost. It's like it's the whole field's covered in this kind of like layer of mist. Now, I know that does happen. You get the morning dew. If that is morning, then I'm okay with it. If it's evening, whatever, I'm okay with it. But it needs to disperse for me. I'm just trying to look at the sky, see if it looks any better. I think that cloud looks better overall as like a dark cloud, maybe with a bit of rain coming. So that looks new to me. Oh, I don't mind the sky. It looks all right. It's quite dynamic. But yeah, I just hope it does disperse. What does everyone else think? Do you think it looks better? I think it does definitely look better to me. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think of all this. So this is the shadowing effect of the clouds. So you can see that as the clouds go over in the lighting, obviously it will generate a spot that's got a bit of a shadow to it because obviously the sun's being blocked. And I like that now that while you're out in the field harvesting, you'll probably see that natural shadow coming through from where the sun's hitting the clouds. So watch it as it goes through. There's a few clips of it. I mean, these are just the engine examples. There's plenty more to come at FarmCon. This is a pre-show, so, you know, yeah. Plenty more to showcase. Can't wait for FarmCon. Can't wait. They have confirmed that we're going to be seeing the soil deformation as well, so that should be interesting. I think they look definitely better overall. Logging fans will be happy. Right, so let's just stop that there because I think that eliminates my first initial fear, which is that it's always going to be misty because it doesn't look like there's any mist there. So maybe that's like midday. You can see where the sun is. It's maybe sunset. I'm going to say maybe close to sunset time or just before it. And it looks like there's no mist there. There's no haze to it too much. It might be a sun haze, but not the actual kind of like morning dew effect. So I like that because I do want it to just appear and disappear. I think that'd be excellent as a gamer and playing, you know, in game, that it does just appear and disappear. Right, so let's have a look at this crop. How much more full does that crop look to you? Because to me, it's a massive thumbs up from me. It looks more dense. I think that makes it more realistic. I think we've always had it's too sparse in game on FS22. And I think now they've been able to, because they've obviously ditched the old generation console, they can make it more dense. And I think that just kind of proves how much more dense it looks. And I think Giants even know themselves, which is why we're getting this clip, how much better that looks. But that is all the footage they sent me. It was like 10 minutes long. I think I've been going for about half an hour now, so we've pretty much tripled that video just by having a chat. But let me know in the comment section, are you hyped about that? If you saw something, does that make you want Farming Simulator 25? If you were kind of like on the fence, waiting to see more information, or are you still not impressed, you know? Want to know your honest opinion? Let me know in the comment section. If you are thinking of pre-ordering FS25 and you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you could use my Giants affiliation code, Scroft. Link will be in the video description. Really does help me out, makes me keep being able to give you these kind of videos and early access content. And I am going to be doing a giveaway of Farming Simulator 25 at some point. There is a small percentage that I get from Giants from everyone that's purchased. So I'm just going to put that back into the channel, put a bit of my own money back into it, and then just give away probably like 5 copies of Farming Simulator 25. So you're also contributing to that if you do that. So really big thank you to anyone that has used my code whilst pre-ordering Farming Simulator 25. But if you are interested in doing it, the link will be in the video description. It's at no extra cost for you. So thank you very much for that. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there. Finally got to see FS25 gameplay. I'm impressed with it. I think it looks much better. Let me know what you think down below. I'll make sure to read them all. I'm heading to FarmCon in a few days, so we'll see more even there. So thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you found it informative, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you in the next one.